I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I get mad when y'all be making separations like black people and black people. I'm not talking about the coons. I'm not talking about the ones that are white supremacists. I'm talking about the ones who are like gay, queer. You know, those are the ones that y'all separate from the black community. The people of the lifestyle. Those are the ones that you say are not really black because clearly they only want to be known as gay. They want their gayness before they black. Now, mind you, you could literally be the blackest, blackest nigga who just so happens to be gay, and you could literally sit there and talk about blackness more than your sexuality, and they would still be like, oh yeah, but still you be hanging around those LGBTQ people. Mind you, the LGBTQ people are just other gay black people. So it's like, what? But it's really frustrating because I've noticed something as of late when it comes to ballroom. Now, I never been to a ball. I never been to, the Vogue room. I never been to, that particular type of space. I never grew up there. I was never under a particular house. I never had a house mother. So I can't sit there and say that I'm well versed in the history or ingrained in the culture. But I'm just talking about what I've noticed, right? It started with Honey Balenciaga, right? I saw her and, she's a white, Hispanic or whites again. She's a white Hispanic and a trans woman, I think. And she was on the Renaissance tour. And, Honey was like the highlight of the Renaissance tour. And I remember there was some critique against Honey because Honey got caught sitting there saying the N word. I think she dated one of the Les twins, one of the, the twin dancers that Beyonce usually be having in her concerts and stuff. So, people was like, why is she saying the N word when she's not a nigga? Like, why are you saying it when you're not one? Right? And so people had their own little conversation about how it's crazy how ballroom and Vogue is becoming a little bit more white, right? It's becoming a little bit more whitewashed. We are a minority within a minority, meaning you are black, but you are also queer. Blackness is already something that is considered a minority class. Even with all the influence we have, we are still technically a minority in the United States of America, right? We're a lot, but we're still. And of course, if you're part of the LGBTQ community, they also have influence. They also have, different things that they do. However, you are still technically part of the minority class because most of the people in society are heterosexual. So when you sit there and you have these different things that are created by black people who are queer, and it's being taken over by white people, right? Or it's being, kind of co opted because it's now worldwide. I'm not saying that I'm not living every time I see, a white house mother, Vogue down. I'm not sitting there saying I'm not living because somebody is white. I'm not saying it. But the way that it's kind of been gentrified. Like I see some of these Vogue clips and it's just pure white people just sitting there voguing. I'm like, okay, I guess, but that makes sense because they're in Europe. Okay, that makes sense. But then there'll be in certain cities that has a pretty good black community and it'll just be a bunch of white people there, right? Sometimes black people within the community, they'll like hype up these white, dancers, these white voguers, and I'll be like, girl, like I get it, they're eating, but let's not forget the ones who created the shit to begin with. Like, it's not making any sense. And when you try to explain this to straight black people, right? The black people who they say they know so much about race, they know so much about the history of race, they know so much about the history of race in the context of what it means to live in a Western society, what it means to be a black American, African American. Yet they are not able to be able to compartmentalize or to be able to see the intricate details of what it means to have inclusivity, of what it means to embody several different types of identity, of what it means to be a part of another group and also still be perceived as a black person, as a nigga. Every time we have these conversations, they'd be like, well, they going around creating an agenda, and the agenda is literally just us queer black men having just a teensy bit more visibility. And even with that, I said it with the racial programming. That a lot of the gay cinema that you see, a lot of the gay films that you see, is always going to be tied to a white person. There's always going to be proximity to whiteness. There's always going to be proximity to white. If you're a gay Hispanic, a white boyfriend. Black gay person, white boyfriend. Asian gay person, white boyfriend. Everybody has a white boyfriend, right? Because it's too much for people to even fathom having two black people who just so happen to be in a relationship who are gay. It's just too much. And so there's different types of levels to what it means to have various different types of identities living in the Western world in Western media. Telling other black people this and telling them that white supremacy is also within the queer community, they would not believe. They would not believe the stories and the history of being discriminated against simply due to the fact that you are a black person and you're not a black person that's doing what you're supposed to be doing in terms of the different types of ways men especially work in the gay community. But I just wanted to say something about that because I just thought that was crazy when, I be rambling.